clear the mats. The 2013 state wrestling tournament's coming right at you. A couple of Falcons look to fly all the way to the podium. 4 Yellow Jackets buzz the Wells Fargo Arena, including one young killer bee. Hey, don't forget the Titans. Deja vu for a buzzsaw named Renshaw cuts all the way to the finals. Wrestling with playoff basketball. St. Albert tries its luck at Trainer. Lewis Central runs with the Rams. And the Lynx open their doors to Thomas Jefferson. So it's time to shut out all distractions and enjoy the march. The Bluffs Sports Zone starts right now. Hello, I'm J.J. Davis, and welcome to another edition of the Bluffs Sports Zone. Now, you know, to me, Iowa is the cradle of wrestling. It is, period. Now, that being said, I've always known that the state tournament's a big deal, but just how big? You gotta go. I did for the first time, and believe me, now I know. And of course, for those in the know, TJ sent 4 guys to the state, followed by perennial power Lewis Central with 3. St. Albert sent the Lewis brothers, and Abraham Lincoln just 1. So clear the mats. You're red, I'm green, it's go time. The music starts on Valentine's Day, and it begins with a familiar tune. It's go time. First up, 160, Class 1A first round match. St. Albert's Wyatt Lewis wastes no time. Quick takedown of Drew Kinney from Ridgeview. Wyatt wins by tech fall, 19-2. Big brother Jake wrapped up in a tough one at 182. Trails 1-0 in the third. The senior escapes, and then with less than 30 seconds left, takes down Taylor James from Akron Westfield. Big Jake holds on, 3-1.
It's kind of an eye-opener to me because this year I haven't really gotten out of the first period that much. I mean, it really helps to get a nice tough match your first round so you can get ready for those other matches coming up in the tournament.
Some Yellow Jackets sticking to the hive before the 3A tournament hit the mats. TJ comes out stinging. 106, 7th-ranked Colton Klingenfield just mauls Nick Brockman from Waterloo West. The freshman sticks him in the second.
It feels really good, only having 3 more. Tomorrow I'll have tough competition, but just have to push through it, get it done. But yeah, it feels really good to get that first one out of the way.
Way harder for AL's Jordan Peterson at 113. 2nd-ranked Clayton Eicher from West Des Moines Valley puts the Lynx on his back in the first period. Eicher with another takedown. In the end, scores a 9-1 majority decision.
Inside, work in.
Next at 138, Karsten Van Velser from Ottumwa chases after Jason Wallace from TJ. The senior takes down the sophomore, majority decision, 11-2. 145, the Yellow Jackets' Charles Weaver trips Zach Robinson from Johnston, 5-zip after 1, and Weaver just rocking it with a 12-zip majority decision.
Feels pretty good. I was pretty nervous going out there, and now I got that first win out of the way and just getting mentally prepared for tomorrow.
Tomorrow, another day for Ethan Ruby from Lewis Central. 152, 2nd-ranked Spencer Darafield from Raverly Shell Rock. A couple of quick takedowns, and the Go Hawk gone. Darafield does a number to the tune of 11-3, and Ruby a little bewildered. 182, 8th-ranked Titan Austin Lear in a scoreless dogfight with number 9 Seth Scahill from Pleasant Valley. Seconds left, Lear escapes. And the senior signs off with a 1-zip nail-biter, but it took him long enough.
Yeah, tell me about it. Going in the last 10 seconds, I look up 0-0, get in a scramble position, go for a reversal or a escape, and I was going to take the easy W and go off to the quarterfinals tomorrow morning.
Not easy for Kenny Rod at 195. Garrett Johnson about Ghana with a little leverage. Look at this, just sticks the Yellow Jacket early in the second period. Kenny, as you can see by his face, well, he didn't even know it. finally completing the first round, 285, buzzsaw Zach Renshaw from LC. The state finalist from a year ago, raring to go. Less than 30 seconds into the second, the senior puts a hurtin' on Derek Hurt from Newton, and it's just a question of time.
That's a huge win right there because you get the first nerves going, get done with the state tournament. I mean, as soon as you get those nerves out of the way, everything is a little bit easier.
That's you, right?
So 6 guys write their names in the winner's bracket, and 4, the long road back. And it starts just hours later. 3A, first round consolations, 113. Abraham Lincoln's Jordan Peterson gets the jump on Cole Detmering from Fort Dodge. The senior grabs a 2-zip lead. The Dodgers freshman muscles his way back with the takedown, Detmering 7 straight points, up 7-2. But Peterson, a lot of heart, keeps coming in the third, gets around, it's now 7-6, but that's it. AL's only state qualifier walks off after losing 13-8. Jordan Peterson finishes his season at 22-8. 138 takes Jason Wallace from TJ just 86 seconds. That's 2, but it gets better. The sophomore, then 86 is Will Siglin from Mason City.
You're a match. You gotta wrestle. Let's go.
152, redemption time for the Titans' Ethan Rubin, taking it to Sam Jones from eventual team champ Southeast Polk, who just sticks him. And the junior even finds time to crack a smile, still alive. Same deal at 195. Hello, Kenny Rod from Thomas Jefferson. The senior here on the bottom just turns over Sam Nowak from Linn-Mar, pins him 153 in the first. Of the 4 from 3A in the consolation round, 3 walk away and live to see another day, and 1 goes home. Next up, the youngest Yellow Jacket takes it to number 1 when we come back.
State Wrestling Tournament coverage brought to you in part by Cobra Optimist Wrestling Club. More information at cvcobrawrestling.org. State Wrestling Tournament coverage brought to you in part by Holiday Van and Storage, a full-service moving company proudly serving the Omaha and Council Bluffs area. For a stress-free move, 402-734-3834.
No team covers Southwest Iowa sports like the team at Jenny Edmondson Sports Medicine. For nearly 25 years, Jenny Ed Sports Med certified athletic trainers have cared for thousands of area athletes and their schools. And our partnering physicians at Nebraska Orthopedics help ensure you're taken care of from diagnosis through rehab. If you need to be seen now, come by our Saturday morning walk-in clinic. It's open all fall from 8 to 9:30 a.m. Jenny Edmondson Sports Medicine.
This portion of the Bluffs Sports Zone brought to you by Corum's Flowers and Gifts in Council Bluffs for over 100 years. Online specials and giveaways on Facebook.
All kinds of stories at the state tournament, and one is quickly developing with a certain Titan Jr. And then there's a couple of guys from St. Albert. They're brothers. One's a senior, one's a junior. Both Jake and Wyatt Lewis won their first round matches, but as we all know, it's only going to get harder. Next up, the Class 1A state quarterfinals. The 10th ranked Falcon steps into the circle against number 8 Cole Cook from Tipton. Opening minute, the younger Lewis from St. Albert with the single leg, and it's 2-0 after 1. Skip to the third, it's 2-1. The senior takes down the junior. Cook keeps with it, finally gets the 2 to take a 1-point lead. Seconds left, the Falcon flies the coop. The Tiger says no. Officials, yes, into overtime, chewing up a storm. Moments later, Cole Cook cooks up a single leg of his own, gets 2, and edges a gritty Wyatt Lewis 5-3. Next in Class 8, 182, number 1 Andrew Wellick from Emmetsburg tackles Jake Lewis, gets flipped. The E-Hawk comes up the winner, grabs a 5-4 third period lead. But Jake, standing tall, stands up, escapes to tie it right back up with less than a minute to go. Now these two met in the state semis in football. Wellick then shoots for the double leg, gets 2 and the 2-point lead. Less than 15 seconds left. Lewis escapes, cuts it to 7-6, but runs out of time. Emmetsburg wins this time. And Jake Lewis heads to the other side of the bracket. Moving now to Class 3A quarters. TJ freshman Colton Klingenpeel readies for top-ranked Nolan Hellickson from Southeast Polk. The sophomore just all over it. Hellickson with the back points in the second. The Ram runs up a 7-1 lead. Later in the period, 2 more, and it's 9-3. Nolan Hellickson outscores Colton Klingenpeel 11-3, and the face says it all. Another Yellow Jacket, Charles Weaver, walks into his quarterfinal match at 145. And second-ranked Bubba Hernandez from Bettendorf just snaps the head down, rolls around for the easy 2. Second period, like a bulldog, Hernandez, too much power with the pin. Next, it's a Titans turn at 182. 8th-ranked Austin Lear steps in against Kyler Matthews from Waterloo West. The senior from LC gets 2 to start things off, but the Wahawk, a Warhawk. Matthews keeps circling, grabs a 5-4 lead in the second. This makes it 7-4 in the third. Kyler Matthews outscores Lewis Central's Austin Lear 7-5, so that's 0 for 5 in the quarterfinals. Down to the Titans, Zach Renshaw. Would he miss at 285? Second period, up 2-1. 5th-ranked Segan Long from North Scott gets away. And it's all tied up. Third period, the senior says, turnabout is fair play. Renshaw with the escape. And he's back on top. 6th-ranked Zach Renshaw from Lewis Central stays alive with a hard-fought 3-2 win.
I knew it was going to be a tough match. I knew I was the last one, so I had to come out there and wrestle hard as I could and do everything right.
The rest of the 1A, 3A quarterfinal matches, wrong. Council Bluffs wrestlers, 1 for 5. Zach Renshaw, the only hope. 8 wrestlers from Council Bluffs still alive with 1 loss. Class 1A second-round consolation, 160. St. Albert's Wyatt Lewis manhandles Skylar Rilling from Woodbury Central. The junior racks up the points en route to an 11-2 majority decision and gets a hug from Dad. Big brother Jake is next. The 7th-ranked Falcon ready to rock against number 3 Terry Moody from Dyke, New Hartford. Third period, Moody here with the power move, the senior by 2. The senior from St. Albert right back. Lewis breaks free, trails 3-2 with time running out. The Wildcat holding off the Falcon. And finally, Terry Moody gets 2 more and wins it 5-2. It's over for Jake Lewis. Big Jake ends his run at 35-3. Class 3A second-round consolation, 106. TJ's Colton Klingenpeel butts heads with Tony Nunez from Muscatine. Falls backwards. Injury timeout. The Yellow Jackets freshman pacing, wondering what's going on. Nunez cannot continue. Klingenpeel wins by default. Next at 138, Thomas Jefferson's Jason Wallace alongside Landon Ballou from Indianola. Second period. And in a matter of seconds, the Indians up 6-2. The Yellow Jacket mounts a comeback in the third. Wallace gets his head and then his arm out, suddenly at 6'5" with 17 seconds left, but he couldn't do it. The sophomore leaves for the last time, losing 8-5. Jason Wallace season's over at 39-9. Teammate Charles Weaver, big takedown at 145. Trails Corey Abernathy from Waverly Shell Rock 4-3 in the third. The 7th-ranked junior gets the 2 back, takes it 6-3. The senior's done. Charles Weaver walks away at 37-8. Ethan Ruby from Lewis Central looks to make it 2 in a row at 152. Sets him up and then takes him down. The Titans shuts out John Milani from Iowa City West 7-0. Junior Ethan Ruby with a pin and a whitewash in his last 2 victories. Rough go at 182 for LC's Austin Lear, and as you can see, he's hurt. Now, they used to call this the guillotine. Tyler Frederis from Algona ends the Titans' senior year with a 6-2 win. Lear finishes up at 45-7. Finally, Class 3A second-round consolations. 195, Ethan Anderson from Southeast Polk just pins Kenny Rott and Thomas Jefferson. The senior Yellow Jacket files out at 17-10. Moving to 1A, third-round consolations. Wyatt Lewis from St. Albert looks to keep it going. Nice fireman's carry here against Jake Hogan from Don Bosco. And then Hogan, taken down in pain, could not continue. So Wyatt Lewis wins again by default and makes the top 8. Friday night, February 15th, Class 3A consolation. Winner makes the podium. TJ's 106-pounder Colton Klingenpeel does everything but stick Eric Birnbaum from Fort Dodge. The 7th-ranked Yellow Jacket wins by tech fall 16-0. Finally, at 1:52, Lewis Central's Ethan Ruby looking to keep that momentum. First period, slips in against Weston Shaw from Algona, takes him down, and that's 2. Second period, the Titan, another takedown, 4-2. Ethan Ruby holds on, muscles his way to a 4-3 win. The junior, after losing his first match, marches onto the podium. And how high will he go? Same deal with Lewis Central's heavyweight. Well, actually, he's not exactly 285 pounds. Try considerably less. Zach Renshaw was a finalist last year at 220, but this time around cannot make the weight. The senior is a tweener, caught right in the middle. So Zach Renshaw's had to move up. And so far, it's paid off. For the Titan, 2 away from going all the way. The Titans buzzsaw hoping to bounce one step further than he did a year ago. 7th-ranked Andrew Nedolicki from Cedar Rapids Prairie, other ideas. Second period, on the bottom, just keeps circling, then stands up. Nedolicki goes up 1-0. Stayed that way till the third. Renshaw says ditto, wins the hands fight, gets away, and it's all tied up. In overtime, less than 17 seconds left in the third extra period, the senior finally breaks free and gets the point. Zach Renshaw holds on, wins a thriller 2-1, and is off to the state finals for the second year in a row.
We train harder than anybody in the state, and I promise you that. I knew that was going to be a tough match. The kid's good, but I knew I was in way better shape, and I knew I could pull it out if it went into overtime, something like that.
What does it mean to get back to the title match?
It means a heck of a lot. I mean, coming back here, not doing so hot last year, it's redemption time. So I'm just going to go get that title, and that's all I want.
3 down, 1 to go for Zach Renshaw. Redemption is in sight. Just one small problem. The number 1 heavyweight in the state. After the break.
State Wrestling Tournament coverage brought to you in part by Cobra Optimist Wrestling Club. More information at cbcobrawrestling.org. State Wrestling Tournament coverage brought to you in part by Holiday Van and Storage, a full-service moving company proudly serving the Omaha and Council Bluffs area. For a stress-free move, 402-734-3834.
Whether you're a weekend warrior or on an organized sports team, however you play, you risk injury. At Flex Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine, we specialize in the prevention, recognition, treatment, and rehab of orthopedic and sports injuries. We have 30 combined years of experience, making us Southwest Iowa's leading physical therapy clinic. At our state-of-the-art facility and using the latest technology, we'll help you get back on the field fast. So if you experience a sports injury, you need to see us first. Flex Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine, your Southwest Iowa sports medicine professionals.
This portion of the Bluffs Sports Zone brought to you by Cutler O'Neill, Meyer Woodring, family-owned funeral home, serving Council Bluffs in Southwest Iowa for over 100 years.
So let me see. The state tournament started with 10 guys from Council Bluffs. In championship Saturday, it's down to the final 4, including 2 Titans from perennial power Lewis Central. Now, they've all made the podium, the top 8. It's just a question, where will they stand? The big day has arrived. First up, Class 1A consolation semifinals. 160. 10th ranked Wyatt Lewis from St. Albert shoots in against number 5 Dale Hilleman from West Marshall. The junior gets 2, up by 2, but third period, all Trojan. Can't quite stick the Falcon, but piles up the points. Dale Hilleman outmuscles Wyatt Lewis 9-3. Tough match.
Yes, sir. It's very tough. got out of position a couple times, and he capitalized. So I mean, I didn't lose by that much, but the score shows a little bit different.
Then came the 5th place match. Wyatt Lewis gets the early takedown against John Matusik from Woodbine, looking good.
Moving left, moving left.
It all falls apart in the 2nd. The 7th-ranked Tiger has the junior on his back. Lewis finished at 48-9.
I wrestled really tough. You know, I had one of the hardest classes in the state, and you know, I thought I wrestled very well, and you know, we'd come back next year and get it done.
106-pounder Colton Klingenfield from Thomas Jefferson looks to get it done in the Class 3A consolation semis. 4-2 match in the 3rd, and 3rd-ranked Chase Lynn from Dubuque Senior gets 2, up by 4. Lynn sends Klingenfield away with a 6-4 loss, not feeling good.
Pretty bad. I was hoping to get the top 3, but the best I can do now is 5th.
The 7th-ranked freshman comes back later to fight it out for 5th. Tied at 2 with number 6 Tanner Rowetter in the 3rd. The sophomore from Dowling Catholic with the winning points. Klingenfield finishes at 6th at 48-9. Class 3A consolation semi at 160. Lewis Central's Ethan Ruby trails 5-4 in the 2nd. Plants Ross Lembeck from Linn-Mar. Ruby with the 7-5 lead. The junior wins it 13-9.
It means everything in the world. I came to the state tournament, and I wanted to be a state champion. I got a tough draw right off the bat. It's my first state appearance, and I've never won before that. I lost my first match, but I told myself I was going to wrestle back. I wasn't going to let it stop me. I'm going to come back for 3rd. Next year, I'm going to come back for state champion.
Come on, attitude, go.
Attitude and confidence in the 3rd-place match. Unranked Ethan Ruby looks to dust off Dustin Caldwell from Clinton. 4-3 in the 2nd. The Titan here gets around and gets 2 more, up 6-3. Ruby on a roll, chalk up 2 more. The junior rolls to a 13-4 majority decision. After losing his first match, Ethan Ruby wins 5 straight to finish 3rd.
It means everything in the world. I mean, first 2 years at state, freshman, sophomore year, I came in and went 0-2, and I felt terrible. And coming back this year and dominating the state tournament, besides that first match, means a lot, and it's a good stepping stone for next year.
That's the way to be, buddy. That's the way to do it. Good job.
Good job indeed. Ethan Ruby with a titanic effort. Lewis Central, 1 match left. That's right. All eyes on the human buzzsaw, Zach Renshaw from Lewis Central. You know, he's pretty much kept a level head this entire tournament. Zach has known what he has to go out and do, and he's simply gone out and done it. Now, what the senior lacks in size, he makes up more than with quickness and in heart, all the way to the finals. But before the final quest for the state championship, how about the 44th annual Grand March? It is a moment in time I will never forget. The 44th annual Grand March, the Fantastic Four from Council Bluffs, a memory that will last a lifetime. Time to get it on. 6th-ranked Titan Zach Renshaw faces top-ranked Pedro Gomez from Marshalltown for the Class 3A Heavyweight Championship. After a scoreless first period, Gomez escapes to grab a 1-zip lead. Stayed that way till the 3rd. Renshaw, outweighed by over 40 pounds, gets to his base and then gets away. It's anybody's match. Less than a minute to go, Gomez with the big takedown. The big Bobcat with a 3-1 lead. Time running out. The LC senior looks to break out once again. And Zach does it. Cuts it to 1. Less than 40 seconds to go. Renshaw shoots and can't get there. Gomez slides around for 2 more. Pedro Gomez holds off Zach Renshaw 5-2.
I knew he was going to be big. I knew he was going to be strong, but I mean, I kind of underestimated how big and how strong he was. my game plan was just to kind of keep working him, keep moving him, find an opening, and I never found it. So.
What does it mean to come this far again and fall short just a little bit again?
I'm not too worried about it. I mean, it's been a long road. It's been a long season. I mean, my goal was obviously state title. I mean, I didn't fall very short. I mean, I could have been much worse.
That's right. So Council Bluffs sends 10 to state, and after a grueling 3-day struggle, 4 reach the podium. TJ's 106-pounder Colton Klinghamfield stands tall in 6th place. The 3rd place medal at 152 to Ethan Ruby from Lewis Central. The Titan loses 1, then wins 5. Wyatt Lewis from St. Albert finishes 6th at 160. And like Ethan Ruby, Wyatt is a junior, gets another shot next year. And finally, a heavyweight amongst heavyweights from Lewis Central, the buzzsaw, Zach Renshaw. The senior almost runs the table and finishes 2nd for the 2nd year in a row. What a weekend, huh? I won't forget it. Hey, they're still ballin'. Playoff basketball on the other side.
State Wrestling Tournament coverage brought to you in part by Cobra Optimist Wrestling Club. More information at cvcobrawrestling.org. State Wrestling Tournament coverage brought to you in part by Holiday Van and Storage, a full-service moving company proudly serving the Omaha and Council Bluffs area. For a stress-free move, 402-734-3834.
At Council Bluffs Savings Bank, our goal is to help you, your families, and your businesses grow and prosper for generations. We take pride in our community, whether it's volunteering our time or helping individuals, families, and businesses succeed. We provide you with the personal service and attention you deserve. With over 220 years of banking experience, decisions are made locally. We are Council Bluffs people operating at Council Bluffs Bank to help Council Bluffs be a better place to work and live. Council Bluffs Savings Bank, hometown banking, the way it used to be. Member FDIC.
This portion of the Bluffs Sports Zone brought to you by the St. Albert Alumni Association.
And you thought it was over. Time for basketball to grab center stage. And it's only fitting. I mean, March Madness just a bounce pass away. Yep, follow the bouncing ball. That's the theme. The Falcons flew to an all too familiar place as St. Albert put it up with some birds of a different feather. Here's IWTV student Aaron Zach.
Class 2A District's 15 semifinal at Trainer. The 12-9 Falcons against rival 19-3 Cardinals. St. Albert on an 8-4 run early as Connor Moran goes up strong to get 2 of his 14. Home team right back. Ed Talbot to Michael Wesley sticks the bucket. Trainer leads 9-8. Cardinals 16-12 after 1. Nick Paulson with the steal. Misses. Trey Robinson with the rebound and the putback. 18-12 Trainer. Falcons Jake Avery with the backdoor pass and the easy layup. Cardinals flying to break with a 1-point lead. Second half, Alex Sorensen down low. Fights his way for the deuce. 25-22 home team. St. Albert regains the lead. John McGinn knocks down both free throws. Falcons with the momentum going into the fourth. Visiting team would go on a 15-4 run. St. Albert beats its rival 61-52.
Two rival schools playing, and we've had a lot of good games down through the years, and tonight's just another one where you got everyone knows everyone else, and guys just out there trying to play as hard as they can, and I thought we stepped up in the second half, hit some big shots down the stretch especially.
For the Bluff Sports Zone, I'm Aaron Zapp.
LC hosting Glenwood in the first round of the Class 4A Regionals. The Titans get on the board first with a nice jumper by Alexis Spielman. Rams break the press. Grace Newman goes all the way for a layup, tied at 10 after 1. LC wasting little time in the second quarter. Spielman again with 2 of her game-high 16 points. Later in the second, Titans looking to increase their lead. Aubrey Norville with the hoop and the horn. LC up 21-15, Titans by 7 at the half. Visitors not going away quietly in the third. Grace Newman gets the offensive rebound and knocks down the jumper, cutting into the lead 28-19. Late in the quarter, LC's Paige Beacom drives and beats the clock. Home team takes a 36-24 lead. Titans nice high-low action as Aubrey Norvell with the bucket. Glenwood still showing some fight with the steal, not enough. LC wins 51-38.
Well, I like the way our girls responded to a little adversity. And, you know, Glenwood come out and hit some shots and had some girls that really stepped up for them. And I love the fact that we had a couple of girls step up and make some shots in tough situations. You know, Alexis Spielman came in and carried us offensively in the first half, and Paige Beacom came in and really carried us in the second half.
For the Bluff Sports Zone, I'm Blake Kerr.
Thomas Jefferson traveled uptown to face Abraham Lincoln. The Lynx started the game off an 18-0 run. Wow, capped off by senior Lauren Meeker's basket. Yellow Jacket sophomore Rachel Nero scores TJ's first 2 of the game late in the first quarter. Second quarter, AL sharpshooter Jaren Delaney Bolton good for 3. She led all scorers with 15 points. TJ leading scorer sophomore LaKendra Black scores 2 over 4 points. AL leads TJ 43-7 at the half. Third quarter off a nice rebound. AL's Lauren Meeker with the putback. The senior finished with 10. Lynx had 4 players in double figures. It was a rough day for TJ. AL had lots to cheer about as Lynx wins 60-11. For the Bluff Sports Zone, I'm Phil Moon.
Thanks, Philip. So, to the moon and back with wrestling, and then quite simply, right down the street for some basketball. We'll do it again next week. The National Junior College Wrestling Tournament is up next, and I'll bring you all the Iowa Western highlights once again from the capital city. And plenty more basketball as well, as the Reavers are in the regional. So, until next week, for the Bluff Sports Zone, I'm J.J. Davis, and I'll see you around.